What's up, guys? Snad number one. What's up, guys? I'm testing out the green screen. That's why I'm a few minutes late. How's it going over there? Good? It's pretty good, man. Not bad. How about you, Goku? Yeah, I'm on Discord. You can hit me up on there. Same name. HeySteveDave. Yeah, I think I started saving them a while back, so hopefully they should all be available in all their glory. I don't really have a game plan today on anything. I'm kind of taking a break from head-to-head this season, so I'm not really shooting for number one. I mean, I can play some games and just mess around, but I've been grinding for the last every season basically since they started this new head-to-head setup. So I need a little bit of a break. Okay, what's up, Aussie? Yeah, Lynn, man, that was brutal because my wife had me doing housework, and so I was like taking breaks in between housework to get drives in and head to head, and so I'd like grind like a few million fans and then work on the baby room, and then I'd pull it up and you'd have another lead, and so then I'd play like a few more million fans. And then I was working on like cabinets in our laundry room. So I was just doing a bunch of house projects that day because my wife has all this stuff that she wants to get done before the baby comes. And I was just stressing out so hard because every time I pulled up the game, you were like closing the gap. So it was a close one all the way up until the end. Let me see what coaches I have in before we start this. I guess I have some weird coaches in. I don't know. I have these guys in. I think I was just experimenting with different coaches to see what I could do. So I don't think we've really. Yeah, it was a big grind. It was like one of my. I think there was a grind. It was more than a few seasons back. Is the season that I did 300 million fans, but it was a month long, and I did like 20 something million that last day, and this was even worse. So it was a lot harder for sure. What's up, Bear Down? Congrats, man. Um, no, I'm not pushing this season. I'm taking a break. Like I'll probably shoot for top 100 just so I can get the card. Um, I think it's Ansa. But yeah, I'm gonna shoot for him so I can just sell him and get some extra coins because I just sold Juju for like a little over 4 million. So I'll probably grind for top 100, but there's no way I'm going for number one again. I need to focus a little bit on home and work this month. So unfortunately, will not be joining you guys in the race. What's up, Jim? Scotch? Yeah, the game's still fun. It's just different, you know? So I don't know. I guess we really haven't talked since they uncapped the stats, I don't think, right? Since they are capped it at 125. I think that was right after my stream last week. So it really changed a lot. I mean, I think that it's definitely 125. There's huge improvements going to 125 that are noticeable. But what I have noticed is that things like Pro Bowl Tomlin, they they still make your team better, but it's marginal. It's not as noticeable. So what I mean by that is if I'm playing a team, if I have my squad in and there are 125 overall players like Mayfield, for instance, 125 speed, 125 throw power. Basically, I'm not noticing as much of a disparity between playing teams with Pro Bowl Tomlin now as I was before they raised the stat cap. So my theory is that there's some sort of diminishing returns in stats beyond 125. Like I've seen screenshots on Mudhead of people going to like 140 speed and crazy stuff like that. And I've played against like 138 overall Ronnie Lots. Like I've seen like super high players, but I've not seen any like crazy increase. Like the disparity playing with like a 120 team versus those guys was crazy. And now it just seems like it's not that bad anymore. Like running with a halfback is possible without any offensive coaches in. So what I've been doing is actually running a hybrid coaching scheme as opposed to trying to switch back and forth, which was really annoying. Grinding head to head was like trying to keep defensive coaches in and then switching to offensive coaches and back and forth. So what I've been doing is just going one offensive coach, Pagano, and Pro Bowl Tomlin. So that way I'm kind of covered on all bases, and I'm getting the same results with just Pagano with the new increased stat caps that I was getting when I had to previously just use Pagano and McCarthy. So again, I think there's diminishing returns beyond 125, and I think that's kind of helped lower the gap between the disparity of the people that have Pro Bowl Tomlin and the people that don't. So that's a good thing. I mean, I'm still hopeful that eventually he gets fixed, in terms of not applying on all play types. But until then, I think that it's a little bit easier. And I've noticed that people are scoring on me easier too in head-to-head. So that's another thing, is that since they raised the stat cap, there's a lot more people that are scoring 3 touchdowns on me, or 2 touchdowns. Like whereas previously I was getting a lot of shutouts. Just people were struggling a lot, and I've noticed that people are starting to have an easier time moving against my defense. All right, let me read this chat. Let me catch up. What's up, Feed the Monster? Let's see here. Can I join your Discord? Yeah, I don't know. I'm not very good at Discord, but I can join it. What do I have Thielen instead of Marvin Jones Jr.? I think I had Thielen in boosting for defense. That was the only reason. I can run Marvin Jones Jr. I mean, he boosts a lot higher. They're pretty much the same. I mean, you get a little bit of acceleration boost. Thielen boosts my offensive line is the only difference. So it's like 6 in one hand, half dozen in the other, in my opinion, going between them. Gameplay wise is pretty similar, so I don't really notice a difference. I have Saquon Barkley in there just for boosting purposes, but I usually run, when I play, I'll run with Gurley for the game plan, so, or the neutralizer boost, whatever you want to call it. Let's see here. Notice an improvement. Yeah, Baker Mayfield's insane, like totally insane. I noticed even him versus, like, you'd think that this wouldn't be a big difference. So 125 speed, 124 excel, and 123 throw power on Watson, and then basically the exact same stats here, like -1 excel. Even I think if I swap out, oh no, Marvin Jones Jr. isn't. I felt like there was a way that with Barkley, and that was when he was going up. But anyways, basically the same stats, but the +2 throw power makes a big difference. Like, I think after 120, each extra point in those stats makes a big difference. So I've noticed a big difference in him versus Watson. And one other thing that I wanted to point out, so Watson actually had like really low juking stats, and not that I juke a ton with my quarterback, but there are instances where I juke when I'm scrambling, and Baker actually has much higher juke stats than Watson, and it's noticeable. Like, he's much better in the open field. So, I think that overall I've really enjoyed him, using him, which is unfortunate because he wasn't my favorite player in college. I mean, Georgia played him in the Rose Bowl, and I think I'm not sold on him in the NFL, but he's definitely good in the game. Yeah, let's play a game. I've just been sitting talking for a minute. I know. No, okay, here's my thing on height. Like, I know a lot of people say, oh, this quarterback's too short for me, or whatever it is. He's going to throw the ball into the linemen's heads. In my experience, and I've used a lot of quarterbacks this year and last year, I ran with Russell Wilson for a long time. There's no difference in quarterback height in terms of how often I throw into the back of the linemen's heads. I ran with Cam Newton for a long time, and he was throwing just as many passes into the back of linemen's heads as Russell Wilson was. And I have not noticed any difference with Baker Mayfield throwing into the back of linemen's heads or anything like that. I don't think height matters at all for passing. That's my personal opinion. I think the only thing that matters for passing, as far as if it hits your lineman head, is how close you are to them, and if you're trying to thread between the line for like crossing routes and things like that. My queue is empty. I know, I haven't been playing. I let like all my games expire just because I've been busy. So, it's been a busy week, and again, I'm just not gonna grind it. In this season, I'm just not even excited about the player. The coin boost, I think nobody really likes the coin boost. I don't know why they keep alternating that for the tournament and the oh no, that wasn't good. For the tournament and the juggernaut players, I just think it's kind of stupid to do that. My username is just my regular name, HeySteveDave. I'm just going beer this week. I got pretty drunk on the stream last week, and I was not feeling too hot the following Thursday. So I'm going to try to stay somewhat sober during the stream today, and hopefully have a productive day tomorrow at work. So yeah, I've tried to get away, and that was the other thing, was last season I was grinding head to head so much that I felt like I was getting out of like actual good play calling and just going with what was going to score the fastest and getting fans the fastest. So I want to move back away from that. I want to start learning to play smart again, and hopefully I don't think that we're gonna ever get all the way away from the bombing. I mean, I think that's just going to be the nature of these insane stats, right? So I think that it's going to be there for the rest of the season, in my opinion. But it doesn't mean that you have to do it. I think that there's still going to be room for regular play. I think you just have to expect that it's going to be done against you. Ooh, that was close. I think we can go back to bunch flanker here. We got zone, so we should be able to hit the halfback. Nope, he got picked up. That's been happening a lot more. I think as the stat caps have gone up as well, I think linebackers are getting smarter. So I think that like the broken coverages of the past that I've gone over with like bunch flanker and even like bunch Z crossing to an extent, you're not seeing as much the defense just getting fooled and like breaking down plays like that. So I think that's been an interesting byproduct. I think probably people are struggling with that, and honestly, that's probably causing people to lean more into the bombing aspect of the game, anyways, because the gameplay is getting harder because they've uncapped the defensive stats, and it's not always just about speed and acceleration and all that. I mean, stats like play recognition and zone coverage and man coverage, I mean, they definitely make a difference in the game. And I think that, you know, when you've got these defenders that have 125 man, like, they're staying on their guy. They're not getting lost on the field and things like that. So I think that's also contributing to it somewhat. I'm getting a lot of drops. Also a lot of tightly contested passes, though. Can we run? Stupid. Oh, we gotta scramble. Nope. All right. What do we got? We probably run like slant under. This might be countered. No. All right. Just lob it up to fulls. See if he can come down with it. Nope. Did we just score 0? That's not good. Well, I must be out of practice. What do we got going on here? Let's repost these guys here. All right. That wasn't okay. Let's try this again. Snyder. I'm definitely not good at Madden. Not as good as Snyder. Snyder might be a prodigy, the likes of which the world has never seen. Yeah, the new Griffin card, I do like him. I mean, I like the boost. I think the card itself is somewhat mediocre compared to the other, like, top-tier linebackers, like Lawrence Taylor, Justin Houston, and Miles Jack. Like, I don't think he's really as good as them, but I think his boost makes him kind of a necessity in the game. So, you know, there's that. Yeah, no, I literally only play as the Steelers for the 3-4, and I think it does make a difference. I switched back to the Falcons for a minute this season, and then I just went back because I was noticing I do not like the 4-3 setup from, like, my defense standpoint. I think that it gives up a lot more like open coverages, and I think that you see a lot less blitzes. And I think blitzes coming from the 3-4 are a lot harder for the linemen to pick up, which causes, like, all sorts of, like, crazy stuff in the backfield. So, yeah, I mean, I purely go with the Steelers as a necessity for 3-4 until we get some sort of a I guess, like, a toggle to switch, like, your actual team, which would be nice because I'd like to be able to just run the Falcons all the time, but can't do that right now. Yeah, I keep like a 6-pack of beer in one pocket, and then obviously my keys and my bottle opener in the other. All right. We got to actually score on this drive. So let me pay attention for a second and figure out what's going on here. Obviously, that was me paying attention. All right, what have we? We've run, like, every play, haven't we? Okay. I think I'm going to go tight end, wide receiver, corner here. Look to hit the out route or the halfback, depending on who's getting covered. Looks like Graham should be open, but I got hit as I threw. But that's okay because it opens up bunch flanker on 4th down, and I'm okay with that. I'm just going to scramble for the 1st down. Just run out of bounds there. a lot of like setting up plays like trips tight end wide receiver corner and things like that is usually me trying to get to one side of the field. So in that instance, I wanted to be on the right hash so that I could run bunch flanker, just in case you get the zone coverage, and then you can hit the halfback. The Raiders are a 4-3. There's only a few 3-4s. The 3-4s are like the Patriots, the Bucks, the Chargers, and the Steelers. I think that's it. What's up, Slay? No, not Barkley. I'm running Honors Gurley for the neutralizer boost. I do have Barkley, but I swap him in to boost my defense. He's good. I definitely like him. I just don't think he... I don't want to get rid of the neutralizer boost. It's just too good. Yeah. All right. Let's hit corner strike. We've been getting a lot of like blitz formations. This is a terrible coverage right there. Not terrible coverage, rather really good coverage, but terrible coverage for me. We got man coverage here, so we can hit the out route to Jones Jr. The out routes are just hit or miss though. So, I mean, he's open, but... And this is the other thing too, is like, I might stop just using the offensive coaches with this new stat cap at 125. I don't even know that it's needed, and frankly, I think that it hurts me, especially on, honestly, on out routes, on corner routes, flag routes, basically everything but a go route. I think that the extra throw power actually hurts me, like stuff like that. Like he obviously overthrew Foles right there, and like you saw in the out route, he's just forcing it in there. And I feel like I get way more drops, and I don't feel like it's really all that beneficial unless I just want to come in and launch it 90 yards down the field. Yeah, Slay, man, I think that if you've got to use neutralizers because otherwise you're just going to get hammered by soft counters, and nothing annoys me more than soft counters. So if I can do anything I can to eliminate those, I will. It's been a struggle on the offensive line because I'm trying to keep my offensive overall up a little bit. And you saw that pass right there? Like he overthrew Moss there, and I don't even have an offensive coach in for that. So sometimes I feel like his throw power is just too much, and that's with no coach boost. So I don't know. I'm still debating on it, but I guess we'll have to wait and see. I'll take the coaches out here in a minute, and then we will... that one just took forever to get there. This is super annoying. I'm not playing well at all. All right. Let's just toss it up. It's like 4th and, what was it, 20? Yeah, and we got intercepted. All right. We're going to slowly climb our way from 0 to 24. Watch this. Next one, I'm going to get like 8. All right. Let's take all offensive coaches out, because I feel like it's just too much. Let's put Pete Carroll back in. Let's go back to Dubs. He blanked us last time. Yeah, the 12%. The 12% are just awful. Any soft counter is awful. I mean, it's obviously worse if it's like a lower percentage. I think it hurts a little bit more, but I mean, even like the 17% still annoy me. I guess it is. It just is what it is. So bunch C cross in. We've got man coverage. We took out the offensive coaches, so we should be fine throwing to the out route this time. Now you dropped it again. All right, maybe they just don't want me to hit that route. I'm gonna try to hit the. No, he dropped that one too. Okay. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. The game just hates me right now. All right, we're gonna have to try to scramble for this first down. I don't think we're gonna get it. Nope, almost. That's okay. It sets us up perfectly for our 8. What's up, man? Oops. I meant to flip that. We got man coverage again. They are being stingy with the zone coverages here. At least we got an out route in to Moss, so that's something. Okay, we got our zone coverage here, so let's see if we can't hit Foles this time. I think that, like, sometimes I just go through streaks where I get really annoyed that I don't get the coverages that I want, and then I start playing a lot worse. So I think that sometimes it helps just to kind of like take what the game gives you and kind of like go with it. Like eventually you'll get the coverage that you want, but I think that what happens is I start getting bad coverages, I start getting the man coverages that I hate, and I end up trying to force plays and passes, and it puts me in a way worse situation. So I think sometimes you just have to take like the short yardage or take like the safe route, even though you want that zone corner route or whatever it is. The wood chop tips? That's later, Carlton. That's the second stream tonight, the private stream. Yeah, I mean, I think playing on stream is hard, just because you have to talk and kind of like engage while you're playing, and so you're not nearly as focused as you normally would be. But I've not been playing head to head, so I tend to get rusty really fast. So I mean, normally I wake up in the morning and I play a few games, and usually they're all pretty bad, and then I start getting the hang of it. So I think for me at least, if I'm not playing head to head constantly, then I am usually going to be a bit rusty in terms of my gameplay. But you saw there, we finally got the zone coverage on bunch seat crossing, which was nice, and the wide receivers finally started catching some of those contested passes. So stuff's starting to come together. We got our 16. So we went 0, 6, and then 16. Ooh, these aren't bad rewards. I'll take the game plan. I get 3 items. Wow. Okay. I don't really need any of this other crap, though. I guess I'll take the coins and the ultimate freeze collectible. I can sell that. The other stuff's just kind of garbage at this point. But the game plans is like the best thing to get in the league bank now. So I just take that whenever I can get it. Yeah, we're doing a financial seminar in the second half of the stream. Oh, look at that pull. 2,400? That's the highest I've ever gotten. Let me collect all these game plans right here. No, I haven't done my League v League. We can do League v League. Let me warm up one more head-to-head until I can score 3 touchdowns. And then before I go into League v League and drop like a 0. You missed the frame picture. The room that I'm in right now is just a complete disaster. I've been trying to actually hook up my entertainment system. I've had surround sound speakers and like a projector for not a year, for like 6 months sitting in boxes, and I never installed them. So I ran all the wires in the media room, hung the projector screen. I'm getting an electrician to come out tomorrow, install an outlet in like the ceiling so I can plug in the projector. But right now it's just in disarray. There's just cables and just shit all over the room. So the green screen came at the right time. I am drinking Fireman's 4. Can you see that? Let's see. It might be too glary. But yeah, Fireman's 4. It's like a Texas beer. It's pretty good. It's just like it's a blonde ale. It's just like good session beer. Trying to get to 10 subs. What's your channel? It is. It's actually really good. All right. Let's go play action. This might be countered. Yeah. All right. 5%'s not bad though. Take a 5%. We got Blitz here, so Blitz is getting harder and harder to pick up on spread FL drag with the faster linebackers. It is sometimes like super hit or miss if I actually get that pass off. All right, 4th and 3. We don't have scramble available. I don't know. Maybe... let's go strong eye fullback middle. This was countered, but Gurley dropped it. That's why I called that. I thought that even if it was counter to be able to hit Gurley, like the fullback, you can get that pass off a lot, but I can't really be mad about the drop. Yeah, curl flats, I'm just like, I don't know. I know that a lot of people run it with success, and I actually ran it a lot last year. I just don't feel like I have as much success with it this year as I did last year. I think, like the tight end route, I feel like, we got a counter here. I'll just run up. I try not to force that pass. I tend to want to throw that pass more often than not, and almost always I get intercepted, and a lot of times it's by like the D end, who just jumps out of nowhere to grab it. So it's really, really hard not to throw the pass, but sometimes I just do it anyways. I think PA pin deep was open last time we ran it. We just hit like a soft counter, so. All right, good. He held on to it. No, I'm not going to get the new Julio. I like Julio's cards, and I usually try to pick him up if I can, but I just don't see him fitting onto my team, especially his boost is kind of, like catching traffic is okay. I mean, it's a good stat to have, but it's not that great, +1. I mean, I guess I could buy the limited edition if I wanted to, but even then, +2 catching traffic, I don't think it's going to be that great. And his stats are just okay. I mean, I'm a little disappointed in the flashbacks round 2. They just seem... It's a bit of a letdown after the draft. I mean, the draft was just, I think, insane for everybody, right? And so it'd be hard. I get that they can't just keep giving us like insane promo every week because we'd max out way too quickly. So I think that, like, I understand it, but it doesn't mean that I have to like it. But I am disappointed. I saw that we're getting like a signature Calvin Johnson and a signature Brian Dawkins. And I'm like, really you're gonna waste two of the like most popular players in the game that everybody goes crazy for on signature packs. They're like 116s with no boosts. It doesn't make any sense to me. Why not just make them Ultimate Legends for that weekend? They did no Ultimate Legends last weekend. I don't know. Stuff like that bothers me. No, right, Pat. I'm not playing on your account. I think Snyder might, though. Chris Snyder. Ask him. Yo, what's up, Rich? This is double coverage. That wasn't good. I think when I play on stream too, I just like look for random plays that I want to call, and I don't really put any thought into like setting up the drive. And I think that's a big thing that a lot of top players do. I think that kind of separates you. You can know all the coverages on all the plays, and it still necessarily isn't going to help you if you don't set up your drives properly. So, you know, if you're not planning ahead on knowing which like second down type plays are going to be open, and maybe it just got laid out, but I had to get that first down. I was counting. So like knowing, okay, I use scramble, so I'm not going to have that within the red zone here. Like I called spread FL drag, and that was probably a mistake because I don't think I tested that earlier in the drive. But stuff like that makes a difference. So, you know, planning out the drives, planning out your plays ahead of time is going to help score a lot more points. Thanks, man. No, I appreciate it. You know, I appreciate you guys. I was on Mudhead, and, you know, I think that there are times when, you know, people get frustrated with EA. They get frustrated with the game. There's problems, and, you know, you have a right to be frustrated with things that go on in the game. But, you know, blaming game changers and things like that, you know, I don't think it really helps. And for the most part, I think a lot of people think we have a lot more power than we really do. For the most part, we are reporters of issues, you know, and we don't really have a lot of power to make them fix things, but we kind of collect info from the community, and we send that on. We talk with EA reps on a daily basis, but we don't work for EA. We can't force them to work for us, and they've got shareholders, and it's a large corporation. I mean, like any corporation, I mean, there's levels of management and things going on. So I think that at the end of the day, you know, people, Reginald, yes, thanks for the sub. But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I think we're kind of the face of the community. So you know, there's some criticism I think that rightfully goes towards us, but I try to be as objective as I can, and you know, hopefully pass on any info that I can and that I have for you guys. Mohammed, yes. Have I played a drive against Noobkill? The only time Noobkill and I really played was during the Game Changer tournament. That was back in like January or December, I think. So it's been a while. I don't think I run across him in like head-to-head or anything like that, if that's what you're asking. Chris, you can donate me some monsters. How about that? What do we get for being game changers? We get it's not a paid position, it's voluntary, so we get a lot of our time sucked up into trying to fix things, and yeah. I mean, I think at the end of the day, the people that are game changers are people that love the game and they want to make it better. And that's kind of like a prerequisite, right? Is that you've gotta you've gotta love the game, and you've got to want to improve things. And so that's why they look for people to dedicate their time without really any sort of like, it's not about being compensated. It's about, helping out a game that you love. And I've been playing this game for a few years now, and I don't want to say I play it the most, but I play it like a shit ton, obviously, with how many head-to-head games I play. And so, I feel like I have a little bit of knowledge in terms of gameplay mechanics and bugs that are going on, and felt like I could bring a little bit to the table in terms of knowledge. And Carlton's right. At the end of the day, what you really get from being a game changer is pride and accomplishment. That's the biggest thing. Yeah, the new Julio card is absolutely an improvement over the All Madden Gordon. So I would 100% pick him up if that's who you're working with. I think that Julio sits at what, like base 115 speed, and Gordon's at like base 110, I want to say. So, I mean, based on that alone, and speed is huge right now, I would 100% grab the new Julio, and he should be easy to grind for. I don't see him being super hard. I think the flashback players historically with these promos have been really easy to get. So that's who I would do it for me. I'm working on the tickets to Disney World. I'm gonna petition EA for Disney World tickets. I kind of thought that I would get something like that for winning the Game Changer tournament, but no, it was fortunately not. It was not to happen. What's up, Ice? Do I think gameplay is worse? No. I don't think it's worse. I think that it's different. It's evolved. People hate change, right? So do you remember last season when they changed like the counter system midway through last year, and everybody like freaked out. And then they made a bunch of gameplay changes last year. Not like gameplay, but like in terms of gameplay. And essentially, I don't know. I think that every time they make a change, people always have gripes. Obviously, they've changed the meta of the game by making players so much faster. But you know what? It's the end of the season. It got so boring last year towards the end that I'm kind of okay with this. I think it adds a little bit to the mix. It adds a little bit more strategy, especially from the like playing against higher overall defenses, if that makes any sense at all. It does take a little bit more strategy, and you can get absolutely wrecked if you're not just lobbing it up. So I think if you want to get like really competitive with the strategy side of things, you still can. Reaction times have to be a little bit faster. You've got to be able to read defenses a little bit quicker. So I think that at the end of the day, it's okay. I'm okay with it. Let's do some running plays. I haven't run in a while. And I feel like running got a lot easier with the stat cap. Like Tomlinson is just... he's just so fast, and I feel like he's capable of just doing, like, I've had some insane runs with him lately, where previously I wasn't running because I felt like I was getting chased down too easily by defensive tackles. Like when the defensive line can chase down your halfback, then it's kind of no fun. But when your halfback can actually get some separation and he can juke players like that, it's a little bit more fun to actually run the ball. I think that, I absolutely think I enjoy it a little bit more. And I never thought running was a bad idea. I just usually abandon the run for the pass because of things like this. Like, I got a counter there, but I'm still going to be able to score a touchdown. And I think versus a counter with a run, I've just been stuffed. And that's always been my reasoning for passing more than I run, is that I felt like passing at least gives me a better chance if I end up getting countered. What's up, Kevin? Angel? Bell plays mobile. Moss OP. I mean, is he though? He's not more. I don't think he's more OP than like Nick Foles or Adam Thielen or any 125 speed wide receiver. I mean, he's flashy because he's new, and I think people are excited about it. And I don't think maybe as many people had maxed out speed wide receivers before. But even like Michael, I haven't used Michael Irvin, but I've seen him against me. I think Irvin's the same way. So Marvin Jones Jr., like any of the top tier wide receivers are going to be good. I think Foles is still the best, in my opinion, because he's taller than everybody. We can do an experiment on the next few drives. Let's do an experiment and see who's actually, if we can figure out like who's catching more passes. It'll be hard. It'll be a small sample size, but we'll be able to live with it. I should hit the wide receiver 2 there. I wasn't even looking on that side of the screen, but that's who I should have hit. Third and 3. I don't think this guy has any run plays, Connor. So just run it every play, all the way down the field. Let's go double counter. We got caught by the D tackle. Did I run this play? Maybe. I guess it doesn't matter. Go back to halfback counter. This is the only play that I feel like I can run mostly effectively. I think stretch was open. We'll run into toss, and then we'll get inside the 5. And then I think if we're inside the 5, we're going to score a touchdown here. Yeah, we're good. We can run deep curls. All right. No, we didn't scramble. Yeah, I mean, you can abuse any player if you're playing like a team with slower defenders, even fast defenders. I'll show you guys. I will show you. You can abuse at this point in the game. You can abuse anyone. Doesn't matter if they have Pro Bowl Tomlin, and Pete Carroll. Like, it doesn't matter who they have. You can literally abuse any defense now with the stats the way that they are. Let's score, and I'll change up the coaches. I'll throw back in my short pass coach. And then we will get into some fun on abusing defenses. Yeah, I mean, I agree with you, Slay. I don't think that if I mean, the poll was a joke. Let's be honest. that poll was just like, what was it, like a 90% win for Griffin or something crazy like that. I think that when I saw it, I just laughed. I'm like, did you really? There's no way they didn't know that going into it, that he was going to win by a landslide. So I think it's a great story. I'm glad he's in the game, and I think it's an amazing card, and it was easy for a lot of people to get a really good boosting card. So I'm all for it. So I've got no problems at all with it. But I agree with you. I think it was an excuse to get him in the game. Okay. So let's get back to abusing defenses. All we need is one coach. So let's throw Pro Bowl Tomlin back in. And first, well, all right, so we've got Randy Moss in. Max speed, max excel. He's got 121 jump, 125 catch. So let's start with him. Let's run Brady Moss here. Let's see who he has. Okay. Richard Sherman, max speed on Brandy Moss. Yeah. I mean, we're at the end of the season, though. Like, they should have OP cards now. I mean, there's no point not to. Football's over. Normally, people lose interest around this time of year anyways. There's, 3 months left in the season. Like, let's just go all out. Why not? All right. So we're running against the 129 Richard Sherman with our Moss. We're going to throw it deep and see if he can catch it, which he does. Super win. All right, touchdown. This is not unexpected. Obviously, this guy's got some sort of coach in. Probably not Pro Bowl Tomlin. He probably has Carolyn. Maybe he has like a level 1 or 2 Pro Bowl Tomlin in. But he's definitely got some coaches in. Because I think his Richard Sherman was only like a 120... like a 123 or 124. So he's still getting boosted quite a bit. 127. Yeah, 129. Yeah, he's definitely got a coach in. I don't know which one. But whichever coach he has in is being boosted pretty high. So we got sacked there. Safety cheats in. Bradley Chubb came around and destroyed us. Let's see if we can't. Okay, this one is not good to throw deep on because they're going double wide. So I'll scramble on this play and try to pick up the first down. I tried to juke and just got stuffed. So let's see if we can get the first down and then chuck it deep again to Moss. All right, so we got our first down. Let's run back into the plays. We've got strong eye fullback middle. We're going to watch Rashad Jones. He cheats in, but the line's not really holding right now. I think we can recycle back into shallow cross at this point. Yeah. So let's recycle back into this. We've got zone. Again, Jones cheats in. So we'll hit Moss deep. We get another super win. He's almost tracked down, but not quite. All right. So that's 2 touchdowns with Moss, 2 super wins. Didn't have scramble there. That's okay. Yeah, I mean, I think that at the end of the day, like, I'd like to see some other cards in the game as well. But we got some new cards this year that I was happy about. We got Herschel Walker. I wish they would give him one more card. And then we got, who else was new this year? We got a bunch of newbies. Oh, Tony Gonzalez. Which I was a little disappointed that they gave him a signature card. And, all right, so Moss just beasted his way in there. Another super win. And like I said, that was not unexpected. Like that's how it works with all wide receivers right now. So let's take him out. And let's put in Thielen for now. What's he at? 125, 125, 124, 120. I mean, basically the same stats as Randy Moss, except he has lower catch in traffic is all there. So let's throw Randy at wide receiver 2 so we can at least get the... Was that lower his Excel, though? No, we're good. All right, so let's hop into another match. This guy's got a 124 as well. Let's make sure that we're matched up against at least somewhat equal. All right, so 122 speed on Richard Sherman is not going to be probably good enough for us. Because it's not really fair to measure that. We can go against Howard, though. He's got 125 speed. We should be pretty close there. Wait, who do we got here? Flyboy. No. We'll go Cognac Jack. The Streamlabs? Yeah, my Streamlabs is working fine. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm only lobbing to my wide receiver. But I'm just showing you the difference. Somebody was saying, oh, Moss is OP, but he's not. It's like all wide receivers at this point in time. You could literally do it with any wide receiver that has 125 speed, 125 excel, that kind of stuff. I didn't throw it deep because it was being deep covered by the safety. This is countered. Let's try this. No, we should be good here. So again, just watch the safety. We'll hit Thielen deep. Not quite a super win, but he still grabs it. Easy punch in. Is that not his name? It is Cognac Jack, right? What is his name? Yeah, Matty Ice does deserve a better card. I agree with that. All right, man coverage. It's going to be deep covered again, so I'm just going to try to hit Tomlinson. All right, we got one-on-one. Let's check it deep. Thielen's going to beat the coverage. Can't hold on to that one. Let's go with spread out back screen. This might be countered. No, it's not countered. Oops. We got hit as we threw. Thielen still tried to go up and get it. I'm just being lazy and just recycling. I think I recycled one play too early, though. See if we can still get it to Thielen, though. That might have been countered. Cheers, Jim. Was that countered? I missed it. Oh, yeah, it was. Frequency, 11%. All right, that was my bad. I just got lazy there. Don't blame Thielen for that one. It was countered. It doesn't count. Hold on. This will be a touchdown right here. See? What did I tell you? Touchdown. Super win. Easy. It is Cognac Jack, right? Hold on. That's what it is. Why are you guys making fun of me? That's literally his name. Yeah, no, okay. So that was Thielen. Pretty close. We'll go Foles next because he's my favorite. Foles is absolutely my favorite. Let's look at Foles' stats real quick because I showed everybody else's stats. All right, so Foles 125 speed, 125 excel, only 114 catch in traffic, 117 jump, and 117 catch. So he's got absolutely lower stats than both of the other two that we just were using. Let's find us a good pair to run up against here. So Sherman, 122 speed. Nope, he's going to be too slow. I think we already looked at him. He had 122 as well. What does Flyboy have? 122 speed. Let's get a better matchup going here. I'm calling it. Foles is the best wide receiver in the game for now. I even was playing around, if you want to get crazy. I haven't done it yet, but I bought Alshon Jeffries. Jeffries? Why did I say Jeffries? Alshon Jeffrey. I bought Alshon Jeffrey. And he gives +1 to Philly. All right, so he gives +1 to Philly, and I also got Fletcher Cox, also another +1 to Philly. Significantly lowers my team because of the Easter boost, but I can get Foles to a 124. I don't think it really helps. But I theoretically could train him up, and I mean, Alshon would be max speed. He'd have pretty good stats if he was all the way trained up. And the same goes for Fletcher Cox. If you train him all the way up, especially with the other boosts, like he'd have pretty good stats. So I kicked around the idea of getting them and Zach Ertz, and getting like +3 to Philly and just trying it out. But I don't know. It's an expensive test because it costs like 800,000 to level them up all the way, and then I can't sell them. Then I'm kind of screwed. Wait, who are we up against? All right, so we've got a 129 Night Train lane. That'll be perfect. 125 jump. He's maxed everything. What the hell is this guy's name? Yes, I actually am in Austin. I love Rudy's. Rudy's is amazing. When I first moved out here, it was like my favorite place to eat. Okay. So we got man coverage. He's got 131 and 129. We got blitz by the safety. We're going to go deep to Foles. He's beaten Night Train lane. Picks it up and scores the touchdown with his long arms. All right, so that's a one-play touchdown for Foles against a maxed Night Train lane. Let's see if we can go 3 for 3. What's up? Slay's left nuts in the house. Okay, we got man coverage again. Safety staying put. We got one-on-one with Night Train. We're going to go deep again to Foles. And he's going to come down with it for another one-play touchdown. It's just that easy. He died. Yeah, I don't think real ale is brewed in Austin. Let's see. It's like the Hill Country, which is like right outside of Austin. So it's not Austin, but it's close. I'm just going to hit double coverage because I can, because it's Nick Foles. That was a close one. But even still, he almost had it. We didn't get 3 one-play touchdowns in a row. But we're going to get... Well, this one's going to be a touchdown. Yeah, super win. Easy. I'm telling you, man, it doesn't matter who you have. As long as your wide receiver is fast and has max speed, max excel, you don't even need... Nick Foles doesn't even... he doesn't even have max jump or catch in traffic or any of that stuff. Max speed, max excel. That's it. You probably do it with anybody. I can't quite get there with Carmichael. I got him to 121 speed, which is actually pretty ridiculous. Actually, all right, let's Let's see if we can. I haven't tried this yet. Let me see if I can add in Jeffrey and Fletcher Cox. What does he get? Is it going to take him to 124? There it is, 125, Harold Carmichael. I haven't tried this yet. Oh, we got to do it. He's only got 117 Excel. Oh, we got to put Foles in. Oh, shit, we can't put Foles in. No, we can do Barclay. We'll give him some extra Excel. Okay, 120 Excel now. Who else can I add in? I don't think I have any other acceleration boosters. He's agility. No. All right, that's going to be as good as we can get. All right, what's up, man? The right nut, he's here. Okay. Oh, Pharaoh Cooper. I got to buy him, though. I don't think I have him. I don't think I have any 105s left. I think I used them all. Oh, we're not quite there. Yeah, why not? Let's grab him. Oh, no, then I lose speed from Hester, though. I can't do it. Because then it takes away speed. Yeah, we can't do that. I think that would... Because I think if we... I mean, it'd basically be the same as this. And he's only at 123. Yeah. I'd rather have the speed than the Excel. I don't know how much Excel makes a difference. But... man, Carmichael might actually be like legit insane. Yo, what's up, Stewie? Calvin Ridley. Now, I can't do any wide receivers. We don't have any space for wide receivers. It'd have to be someone on defense. Someone said Thanksgiving Dion. Are there any... Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Carlton wants a piece of Carmichael. I'm going right in. Yeah, I got the +1 speed from Peterson already. Yeah, I can't do Calvin Ridley. He's a wide receiver. Swap out. I did swap out Barkley. Barkley's in. We're still 5 Excel short. All right, what's our Carmichael? So our Carmichael's a 121. Of course, Carlton's gonna be blocking all the plays that I'm trying to run. I'm just gonna lob it up. Carmichael's a giant. So there's no way he's not coming down with all these passes. I don't think we can lob it inside the 20 though. We're gonna have to just like, we can still throw it to him though. Let's. Oh, that was bad. He still almost got it. We got hit as we threw. Otherwise, that probably would have been a pretty good play. All right. We're going to scramble on him. Let's just grab the first down. Oh, Mayfield wanted it all. He didn't quite get it, but that was him like fighting for those extra yards there. All right, so Carmichael grabbed his first pass from us, but we got stuffed a little bit short. Well, Hail Mary we can't do because I don't have any long pass coaches in right now. As far as like throwing it deep. Is this like... Yeah, I guess it is kind of... Need to figure out the green screen. I got to get CHF to help me with my green screen. All right, Carlton. I hope you're ready. Because the Carmichael Pain Train's about to come to town. The dude is a monster. He was so good before they uncapped the stats. I used to see people just bombing to him all day long, and that was before I threw bombs. He's so tall too. I think Nick Foles is like 6'6" and Carmichael's like 6'8", maybe. I think he's like the tall. He's definitely the tallest player in the game. Yo, what's up, brotherly love? All right, Carmichael didn't get in front of this DB, so we might get picked. Yeah. Thought that might happen. I threw too early. But that's going to happen with whoever you have. It doesn't matter what your wide receiver is. That'll happen no matter what. Yeah, whatever. That's what I meant. Why is this Flyboy guy still matching us? All right, Tone. Tallest wide receiver of all time. Whatever. Shut up, Carlton. You got lucky. We're going to keep testing out Carmichael. We got to see how good he is. Okay, so this guy's got some coaches in for sure. He's also got some plays countered. All right. We got a blitz by the safety. Let's throw it to double coverage, and we got sacked. We might get a safety here, but that's okay. We're going to risk it. It'll be worth it to throw it to Carmichael. He still got it. Double coverage. Look at him go. All right. He might be my new favorite wide receiver. I need another speed boost. Let's just lob it to Carmichael. What the hell was that? Let's just lob it to Carmichael every play. Regardless of how far we are. Triple coverage. All right, he didn't get that one. That's going to be ugly. All right, when I said let's lob it to him on every play, let's try to get a first down first. Oh. That's like man, I'm telling you. That's happened like 3 or 4 times this stream. That zone coverage on bunch flanker where they actually don't leave the halfback alone. That's gonna be annoying if that's just like a staple. What's up, Bill? How much does height matter? I mean, it definitely matters. This was 100% covered. Height definitely matters. I think it's that's just annoying. It's definitely important when you're throwing it deep. Was that countered? Oh my god, this is just annoying right now. I'm gonna try and scramble. Nope, didn't work. What are you supposed to do if the halfback gets covered? Okay, so let's run a I'll run a bunch flanker, but basically you have a couple options. And the thing is, previously I was always very confident that the halfback would be open versus zone coverage, and that might have to be something I reevaluate. So, I mean, you can hit the tight end is actually a viable route if the halfback gets covered. The tight end does tend to get open. Almost like bunch PA pin deep. It's like the same route. So okay, so this is where I think the acceleration might be killing Carmichael, because if you notice how he's getting stuck behind the safety or the cornerback on those longer routes, it has to do with one of two things. It either has to do with his acceleration and he's not able to like run by them, or it has to do with the fact that his hitbox is larger. And I've actually said this before in another stream, but I think that smaller players, so like Foles, I don't know. Foles for me, I feel like is the best. I don't feel like he gets caught up too much on wide receivers. or on cornerbacks and safeties. But if we put in like Marvin Jones Jr., let's swap out for no. Let's put Foles in there for the Excel boost. I don't think that he needs it. He's already max. All right, we're good. So let's just run a drive. What's up, Carlo? I would say no on Andre Reed. I don't think that he's anything special, and Ultimate Legends tend to be like way overpriced. So, my opinion is no on Andre Reed. I really don't think there's anything special about him, and I think there's tons of wide receivers that are just as good for way less. All right, so Marvin Jones Jr. I don't think we're playing against anybody special. This might not even be that crazy of a. Yeah, I mean, he's just outrunning everybody. So, this guy's... I think this guy's defense is just going to be too low level. And this is the other thing. It's like... You could play against max speed people, and you'll get drops and things like that because it'll be contested. But if they don't have max speed and you're playing against them and you have max speed players, it's just going to be... It's just going to be a little bit easy to throw it deep. Let's run like some actual plays. Of course, as soon as I run actual plays, I'll start getting countered all over the place. I don't know. What was I saying? Small receivers. Yeah, I feel like small receivers tend to sneak by the defense a little bit more. And I was saying that because I had picked up Delaney Walker at one point at tight end, and I think that I was noticing on plays like this one, for instance, that he wasn't getting caught up on the line of scrimmage as much. And then on out routes like tight end quick slants, he wasn't getting like tangled up with the defenders. So I do think that hitbox and height and size matters, and that the game recognizes that, and that's what causes the players to like get hung up on each other sometimes. Nah, Darnold, I briefly used him because I had like all the cards, all the draft cards. So I briefly used Darnold, but I didn't notice any significant improvement or difference between him and Mayfield. I also didn't. Oh, that was annoying. I also didn't really think that. Super loss. Sorry, I got distracted. When I'm spinning, am I using the button? What? Oh, when I'm spinning. I thought you meant spinning like searching for matches, and I was confused for a minute. So when I do a spin, I'm just hitting the button. That's all it is. There's no secret to using the spin move, but it's super inconsistent. The thing about spin move is it tends to work a lot better if you use it after another skill move. So, like if you noticed on the drives that I was, whatever, Carlton. I don't even want to know what dumb plays you were running. Do I even have... I had defensive coach in. I don't know what game plan I have in, though. Spin move gives you a speed boost. Every skill move gives you a speed boost. If you succeed. If you get a successful skill move, it will boost the speed of your player temporarily. So have you ever noticed that you do like the mini juke and... You do the mini juke and then your player starts running faster. It just is and same with like a super win on a on like a catch. So any of that stuff will trigger a small speed boost and like almost like, I guess you could say like invincibility for your player, where they like can't get tackled. Truck only slows you down during the process of the truck, but as soon as the truck is complete, I do still think you get like a small speed boost afterwards, from what I've seen, at least. I mean, Chris, you would know better than me, so I defer to you pretty much on all these questions, anyways. I'm gonna start sending people your way. Try to get a I'm trying to show or example a juke into a spin, because that's really the only time that I see it happen consistently. We're just not getting really any space in the open field here, so as soon as I can get kind of like out in the open, it'll be easier to show. You got to tag her before you take off. Yeah. That last day of head-to-head on Sunday was stressful. Um, Lynn was doing a good job, man. He was keeping me busy all day, and my wife was angry. She was not happy with the amount of time that I had to dedicate to finishing the season out. That's also part of the reason that I am taking a break this season. Is it was just a grind that last day. Man, that just felt like a counter, and it wasn't. This also felt like a counter. I don't know. Maybe I'm just terrible at running. Dude, Tomlinson just got laid out. That was crazy. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you guys. My running's not going so well. I wanted to show you, like, every time I'm juking, I feel like I'm juking into another defender. That was a little bit of one. You tend to get the action, the spin action, more so right after a juke. Versus if I just try to mash the skill button. I say that and then I get the spin right away. But I don't know. I feel like I get a better spin, if that makes any sense. Sometimes there's a spin where you actually spin forward up the field. And that's like the best one, because you kind of like teleport through people. It was a lot easier to do last year. Frequency. All right. Oh, that was fourth down. Oops. I hate running. It's not number. Yeah, I mean, in the words of Ricky Bobby, if you ain't first, you're last. But all joking aside, no, I think that um, it depends on how much you want, how much time commitment you want to put in. Some people are like content with being in the top 100 because that's an achievement. There's a lot of players in this game, and to be in the top 100 of a head-to-head season is a ton of work. It's a lot of grinding. So for people to get there, I think is a very large accomplishment, something they should be proud of. You know, I think there's milestones, right? Like, you know, typically people usually start out, they'll want to be in like the top 100 first, and then they'll kind of get a taste for it, and then they'll say, oh, next time I'm going to shoot for top 75, and then next time I want to shoot for top 50, whatever it is. But I think that you kind of have to like set your own benchmarks and your own goals as far as like what you want to do. All right, so I've had enough with playing like crap. Let me take out. Let me put my defensive coaches back in. I just want to play normal. So I'm getting frustrated dropping zeros. Yeah, Ryan, congrats, man. That's a huge accomplishment. I think at the end of the day. Uh-oh. Did we lose our window? Apparently we did. Alright. Now I gotta figure out which one it is. That one? Yeah. Alright, let's see here. Select. Okay, I think I'm back. There we go. Should be good. All right, I'm gonna score 24 real quick on this guy. I'm gonna play for real, and then we will go do our league drives. And I have Jones Jr. in, but I guess it really doesn't matter who I have. I'm just gonna take off with Mayfield here. Scramble. Let's go. Bunch seat cross in. Could be countered. Yeah, it is. Again, I'm going to try not to force it, because I feel like that just leads to bad things. We'll go quick slants. That'll set us up on the right hash. We'll be able to run bunch flanker drive. And we've got zone coverage. So let's hope that our halfback actually gets open here, which he does, but it took just a little bit too long for him to get to the outside. So we'll try to scramble against man coverage, which we'll be able to get. Pick up a block. We get down into the 5-yard line, and we'll be able to run weak guy deep curls. Score the touchdown. Let's get the toss in. All right. Yeah, I'm going to do League v League right after this, after I got to get warm backed up. I've been like just messing around with all sorts of like weird stuff tonight, so I want to get into a actual decent play calling mode, and then I meant to. This is okay. We'll hit wide receiver 1 unless we get sacked, which we did. Let's grab Grant. Got sacked again. This guy's just not fun. Okay, so we got zone coverage. Hopefully we don't get picked up, which we don't, but we just got. We're getting crushed. This is countered. It's a critical. Let's just hit Moss. And then I think Bunch C Crossing was open. We just hit a weird softy last time. We've got a medium zone, so we can hit Foles here. And we'll be able to take it to the house, which is nice. The drive was starting to go awry, but be able to come back in and salvage that. Yeah, I mean, I miss it too. But I think at the end of the day, the game's changed, and I mean it's fine to like reminisce about the good old days, but you kind of have to adapt and move on. And there's nothing wrong with still like having smart play calling. I think that it's still important, and there's something to be said for that. All right, so we got our touchdown. Let's see if we can't close out at 24, which we will be able to. All right, feeling good. Let's get into League v League. Put up our points real quick. Let's run a match real quick. Let me check my lineup. I want to kind of fix things. Doesn't matter. I'm going to put Foles back at wide receiver 1. Definitely don't want Moss. Maybe I'll go Foles at wide receiver 2. I need to check. It's actually something I need to check. So Moss has the worst blocking stats in the game for like wide receivers. So he's absolutely terrible to have in there. Nope. I don't know why I have Jeffries in there. We'll do Marvin Jones Jr. Let's take Barkley out. Let's get Gurley back in. And on defense, I don't think that... Yeah, let's put DJ Reader back in, because I'd rather have the boost to my... Rather have the boost to my line than anything else. I don't think it's anyone left for me to play. We got a 108. We got a 105, a 106, and a 100. I guess we'll play the 108. Pretty close match, Carlton. Does Thielen have good blocking? Maybe I'll check him out. All right, trips corner strike. We got our zone coverage. Moss should be open here. Nah, it was covered. I don't get mad about those drops. Let's go flanker spot. We got a little bit of a deep zone, so I'll hit Jones Jr. Let's go a bunch Z spot. Another zone coverage, but this one's a medium or shallow zone, so we should be able to get Jones Jr. again. Let's go PA pin deep. Another zone. Be able to hit the wide receiver 1 here. She picks up. We're inside the 10. I'll go a bunch flanker. Got zone. So we're getting all the nice zone coverages on this one. You notice like this guy's a 108. I think what 106 or 108, something like that. Just notice like how his defense is reacting so much slower to everything. And I mean, keep in mind too, this is also all pro. So I mean, you've got two variables here, but at the end of the day, the players with like 125 stats are going to be covering those routes a lot tighter. I probably wouldn't have even made that throw on trips corner strike if it was playing against like a 120 plus defense, because those routes tend to get jumped by the DBs. So I kind of gauge things on a case-by-case scenario. Like this one. Like Moss wide open. There's no reason not to throw it to him there. But on the previous play, it was contested. I mean, there's a DB right there, and the DB can absolutely jump that route. So, that's something you have to watch out for. So we have a 6% counter, but we got a nice super win. And, the speed is just going to be huge against these, like, lower differential matchups where you can just run away from everybody. I mean, it's basically not even fair. Yeah, I mean, that drop on trips corner strike is kind of par for the course, though. That was an animation issue. That wasn't, like, he's wide open and it's frustrating, but I half expected it because that particular route has a lot of issues with the animation, especially when the wide receiver is wide open. So luckily he caught it this one, and he's going to be able to take it to the house again. That's all speed right there. There's no, and in my mind, I mean, here's the thing. People are complaining like, oh, speed's so bad. Like people are just throwing go routes, but it's not just go routes. It's any play where people get wide open. I don't even know if I've been played yet. No, I haven't been played. All right, I think I got about like 10 minutes maybe before I get in trouble. So let's play somebody. I think this Charlie Mike guy, I think I saw him at the top of the leaderboards, or close to it at least. I don't think I've seen his name before. He's in a league, don't invite me. He must be getting a lot of invites, being up towards the top of the leaderboard. Don't invite me. That's funny. All right, let's play him. Let's see. Has he played us already? No. Let's see what he's made of. No, I'm not going to get Megatron. I like his cards. I think his cards are usually like really excellent cards, but I have no place for a 116 wide receiver with no boost. Just like, sorry. Like EA, I spend a lot of money on this game, and I drop money whenever good packs come out, like Crystal Legends and the Draft Legends and all that, but I'm not dropping money on a shitty wide receiver that's going to be useless in another week or two. I mean, he's already useless. He's not better than any wide receiver on my team right now. It's frustrating that they wasted a good player like that on a stupid promo. Maybe he'll still get an Ultimate Legend card. I don't know. Maybe they're like milking it. They'll get signatures and then the Ultimate Legends, and they'll get money from both. I don't know. What was I doing? Playing this guy. Playing a match. That's what I'm doing. All right, so holy shit, what the hell was that? Did you guys see that? That was weird. It was like the ball came out as I was crossing the line of scrimmage or something like that. I don't know. That was a super weird play. I feel like stuff like that happens from time to time, but I don't know. That was odd. All right, man coverage again. Let's see if we can't hit fulls on the out. Got a super win. Can't really break away. That's okay. Let's go bunch PA pin deep. All right, we got man coverage. Let's hit. Nope, we got hit too quick. I'm going to try a run here. I feel like a run will be open. So we can't make up a bunch of these yards. Which we do. Almost got a super win away. We almost got like we weaseled our way out of there almost. Let's go slide. PA slide was like a good option. PA slide I feel like is way better against. So this is one of the plays. There are plays where I don't like playing against 4-3 as opposed to 3-4. And PA slide's one of them. I hate playing against a 4-3. I feel like against 3-4 the tight end gets open easier. He doesn't get caught up on the line of scrimmage. You blocked an extra point? Like, not you physically, but like your defense did it? Later, Ryan. We won't be able to hit Moss here, but Jones Jr. is open. Well, he was open. It's okay. We'll just get a couple drops. I mean, that's a bad animation. That happens. This was already countered, I think. I shouldn't have called that. We got lucky. PA pin deep. See if we can get Moss deep here. One of the side effects to having super fast wide receivers is that on plays like PA pin deep, they will a lot of times outrun. You see how Graham got caught up right there on that play? And that's what I was trying to talk about. That's why PA slide is actually worse against a 4-3 than a 3-4 because he gets caught up on the defensive end. Against a 3-4, there's only 3 linemen. So there's nobody for him to get caught up against there. So it's kind of frustrating to have stuff like that happen. Well, we got 3rd and 19. I normally don't run, but we're going to get countered. A 6%. That's exactly why I normally don't run. I shouldn't have done that to begin with. Now we put ourselves in like a really impossible situation. And I feel like your choices here are you can pretty much lob it or you can lob it. You could try to get lucky on like a scramble or like a zone coverage on something, but if you get like a man coverage on a play that you normally count on zone for, like bunch Z spot or something like that, you're just gonna have a terrible time. So I could try like spread slot flags, wouldn't be a terrible one. So I'll either go tight end, or I'll either go slot flags or HB option probably here. Probably a decent chance that he's got slot flags open. So I don't think it doesn't pair with anything that he has. Looks like it is open. Just need to get enough time to be able to get the ball out, which we do. Be able to cut the field, and we'll get our touchdown. So feel good about that. I didn't see any, like, he could have paired slot flags with trips corner strike. Some of the other plays that I called, I think. So I felt somewhat confident that he wouldn't have it in his game plan. Yeah, regular Tomlin works for sure. All the coaches work. The only difference is Pro Bowl Tomlin applies on all play types as opposed to just short pass or long pass or whatever it is. So, you know, one thing I think that a lot of the people that are complaining about Pro Bowl Tomlin a lot are missing is that they're like, oh, it's so unfair playing against these like 140 overall players or whatever it is. Like, that's not going away even if he gets fixed. Like, his boost is working correctly. So you're still going to be playing against those players. It just won't be as often. Like, if I had Pro Bowl Tomlin, if I had Pro Bowl Tomlin and Pete Carroll, then you'd face super boosted players on short pass and long pass. So the boosts aren't going anywhere. But he does apply too often. So that is one issue. Well, that is the issue. All right. My wife just got home, so I'm going to be yelled at here any moment. So this will be my last drive. Pin deep in the speed cap? Oh, no, I was saying like this route. This deep route right here. The wide receiver sometimes tends to outrun the safety, where ideally you don't want to get behind the safety. They tend to do that a lot more. So that's all I was saying. Let's go wide receiver corner. All right. We'll punch this in for our last touchdown before the wife shuts us off. I'm getting the death look right now. Definitely dying. All right, time to sign off. Wish me luck. Thanks, guys.